Hi, this is Rob from seehowtodoit.com. Before we start the video, we'd like to thank you for watching. We'd also like to ask you to please like, subscribe, and share, and click on the link in the description to visit us at seehowtodoit.com, where you can address any concerns or issues that you have. We're going to show you how to make a bootable CD-ROM on a Windows 10 computer. The steps will be very similar also for Windows 8 and Windows 7. This might be a necessary step if you cannot manually reset your computer through the settings on the system. A lot of times it will go through the whole process and at the end it will fail to completely wipe out the whole computer. So use this video as your step-by-step guide how to make a bootable CD-ROM for Windows 10. Get started by opening up your browser and go to the URL listed at the top of the screen. Don't make any mistakes or it will not work. If you need more time, you could always pause the video or you can take a screenshot of it with your cell phone. Once you have the correct URL entered, go ahead and click on Enter. Then it will load up the page that you presently see right now. And you're going to want to go to the bar right over here where it says Download Tool Now. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And then we're going to get this pop-up. We're going to go ahead and click on Run. And depending upon the speed of your internet connection, this might take some more time. All right, so right now it's downloading. It's almost done. We're going to go ahead and click on Yes. It's going to bring up the installer. We're going to go ahead and minimize out of this window. And some of these steps might go faster or slower depending upon the processor of your computer. All right, this is the license agreement. We're going to go ahead and click on Accept. And now it's going to get a few more things ready. All right, so right now we're going to want to create an installation USB flash drive. So we're going to click on this option here. Then we're going to click on Next. And right in this option, this will give you an option of selecting whether you want English, what operating system you want. So what I already have selected is good. So we're going to put the check in the box back in there. And we're going to click on Next. And we're going to do an ISO file. We're going to burn this to a CD-ROM. You're going to want to make sure at least you have a 8 gigabyte CD-ROM in there so you have enough space or bigger. I already have mine loaded in the CD-ROM, so we're going to go ahead and click on Next. We're going to go ahead and click on Save, and actually you'll name it. I named mine Windows, so we'll go ahead and click on Save. And right now it's going to get a few more things ready. This might take a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and pause the window or pause the video and come back to it. All right, it's finished downloading, and right now it's creating Windows 10 media. This will also take some time. We're going to pause it and come back to this. All right, now that it's finished downloading and building the files, we're ready to burn it to a DVD. Like I said, you want to make sure your DVD is in the drive, and you want to make sure it's at least 8 gigabytes. And once you have that done, you're going to go ahead and click Finish. And this also might take some time, so we're going to pause it again and come back to it. Once it finishes burning, the window will close. And if you want to make sure it's burnt to your CD, you can go ahead and enter PC right here. We'll go ahead and click on this. And you can see it is burnt to it right there because we do have some space used, actually 3.63. So now we're ready to go ahead and reboot it and wipe the system. So we're going to go ahead and restart the computer. We're going to click on Restart. And you're going to want to make sure your BIOS is set to boot off your CD-ROM. So as it's booting, we're going to boot it in F2. And that will get us into the BIOS so we could check to make sure that it's set to boot the DVD first. So you'll keep on holding down on the F2 button as it's restarting. This might take a little bit, so we're going to pause this and come back to it, but keep on hitting on your F2 button until you get to the BIOS screen. Okay, now we're loaded up to our BIOS screen. We're going to want to make sure we click over to where it says Boot, and you can see option right over here This is our drive. We're going to want to go ahead and click on that. And we're going to want to make sure it's in the DVD, so it boots off of that first. And right over there it's on it. So now we're going to scroll over to exit. We're going to click on that. We're going to want to save the changes, so when it reboots, it boots to the DVD so we can reinstall Windows. So we'll click on enter. Right now this might take a little bit, so we're going to pause it and come back to it. All right, it will take some time to load, and once it finally loads up, you'll come to this screen. You'll enter your language, pretty much your time, where you're at, and go ahead and click on Next. And then you're going to click on Install Now. And this also might take some time, so we're going to go ahead and pause this and come back to it. And now when you come to the screen, you might get this. You'll have to enter your product code. Once you have that correctly entered, click on Next. Your product code will also be your activation code that you got with your Windows CD, or however you did get it. And then you'll be brought to this screen. We're going to go ahead and install Windows 10 Pro. We're going to scroll on that, and then we're going to click on Next. And this might also take some time, so we're going to go ahead and pause this and come back to it. Once it loads up, you'll be brought to the license agreement. Go ahead and put a check in the box. And then click on Next. And you want to do a custom install. And if you have a bunch of different partitions, you go ahead and delete them. Most of them will delete. All right, we went ahead and deleted the partitions that we could delete, and we're going to go ahead and install the operating system on the top one. That's the largest gigabytes. So we'll go ahead and click on that, and we'll go ahead and click on Next. And this also might take some time, so we're going to go ahead and pause this and come back to this too. All right, now it's started copying the files. Now it's getting ready with the installation. This also will take a little bit of time because it has to go through all the steps that you see on the screen. So we're going to come back to this when all these steps are completed. After a while, it'll start to load everything up, and it'll start getting ready to load up Windows, and it'll bring you to Cortana. We're going to pause this and come back to it once that comes. All right, once it finally loads up, which will take quite a while, you'll be brought to this screen where you'll walk through the menu with the step-by-step process how to finish setting it up, which this is pretty much straightforward, so we're not going to go through this. Once again, we'd like to thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share, and click on the link in the description to visit us at seehowtodoit.com, where you can also address any other concerns or issues you have on the install. Thank you.